Okay, so this video is for geometry. This is going to be our performance task or extend response question for Chapter 3 test review. So here it is. I'm going to add something to it as well. So it says in the diagram below, A is parallel to B. For lines P and Q to be parallel, what is the measure of angle 4? Explain. And I want you to also explain angles 1, 2, and 3. Also find angle 1, angle 2, angle 3. Okay, so that's the additional part to try to make it a little bit more involved as an extended response. So let's take a look at this picture here. So we have a lot of things going on here. We need to find out what angle 4 would have to be for P and Q to be parallel. So let's take a look at the 125, which was given to you. This is a good place to start. And again, as I do this, I would ask that you maybe try this yourself to see what you think these 4 angles need to be. All right. So first of all, if this is 125, then angle 1 and 125 are corresponding angles down this transversal. So they go down that transversal, and A and B are parallel, so corresponding angles are congruent. So first, angle 1 equals 125 degrees because corresponding with 125 degrees. So I now know that angle 1 is also 125 degrees. Okay. So now let's go to angle 2. Alright? So if we look at angle 2 here, angle 2 and angle 1 are a linear pair. In blue, line B is the line that angle 1 and angle 2 make. So angle 1 plus angle 2 are 180. They are a linear pair. Linear pair, which means they are supplementary. So I know that angle 1 is 125. Subtract 125, and I get angle 2 to be 55 degrees. So angle 2 is 55 degrees. Okay, and let's go to angle 3. Again, just going in order. Again, I want to find all of these angles. So if we look here at angle 3, I'll use red again. So angle 3 is in this triangle here, with angle 2 and the right angle. So this is how I'll find angle 3, is by the triangle angle sum theorem. So let me slide it down. So angle 3 plus angle 2 plus 90 equals 180. Again, that's this triangle here. Angle 2 plus angle 3 plus 90 is 180. This is the triangle angle sum theorem. And I know what angle 2 is. It's 55. So angle 3 plus 55 plus 90 is 180. I'll add these two together. Angle 3 plus 145 is 180. And I'll subtract 145. And angle 3 is 35 degrees. And I'll go ahead and put that up in the picture. Angle 3 is 35 degrees. And now we need to move on to angle 4. Well, angle 4 requires a couple steps. First of all, there is this angle right here. I'll put a question mark. That angle is congruent with angle 2 because they are vertical angles. So this is all part of finding step 4, or angle 4. So the question mark that I put in there is going to be equal to or congruent with angle 2 because they are vertical angles. So the question mark is also 55 degrees. And that gives me an angle measure inside of this triangle with angle 4. So this is also 55 degrees. And again, right now I'm focusing on this triangle where angle 4 is. And now, if lines P and Q were parallel. If P and Q were parallel. Since P is perpendicular to B, Q would also have to be perpendicular to B. This would have to be a right angle. So let's talk about that down here. If P were parallel to Q, then Q would have to be perpendicular to B. Then Q perpendicular to B, because B is perpendicular to P. This is that theorem that says if a line is perpendicular to one of the parallel lines, then it is perpendicular to the other parallel line. So if P were parallel to Q, because B is already perpendicular to P, B would have to be perpendicular to Q. And if that were the case, in this triangle here in blue, we have a right angle. And now look, we can find the measure of angle 4 using this 55-degree angle and that 90-degree angle. Angle 4 plus 55 plus 90 is 180. And again, this is by the triangle angle sum theorem. So I'll combine these. Angle 4 plus 145 equals 180. I will subtract 145, and angle 4 is 35 degrees. Angle 4 would need to be 35 degrees. Okay, and there you go. Alright, now I want to show you an alternate solution here. Once I've found the measure of angle 3, let's take a look here. And I'll try to use, I'm going to use black, okay? So here's angle 3 right there. Here's angle 4 right there. Look at those angles. Here's P, here's Q, and there's your transversal. Look at angle 3 and angle 4. They are alternate interior angles. If angle 4 was congruent to angle 3, that would give you a pair of alternate interior angles that are congruent. This would then force P to be parallel to Q by the converse alternate interior angles. So that is a second way. I kind of did a roundabout way down here, but just saw that, so I wanted to explain that to you as well. This is a second way to show that angle 4 needs to be the same as angle 3, which is 35 degrees. And you notice that's the answer we got down here, 35 degrees. Okay? But again, I did like the explanation here of the parallel and perpendicular lines from section 3.4. But look at all this. This is a great problem because it involves almost every section from this chapter. So if you were able to navigate through this, very good job. I like your chances coming into Wednesday or Thursday. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you on Wednesday or Thursday.